In this section, we look at how the results section of your paper should be written. So the purpose of the results section and what are the structure and components needs to be uh, structured in the way that is acceptable for the various journals. So here, the purpose of the results section is purely to present the findings in a clear and concise manner. So the first part, the structure should be to restate the objective and align this with your methodology, and then you present your data in its raw form, if possible. Sometimes you can't, or in its processed form, if it is possible. Then you try to use as much of visuals as possible, tables, graphs, figures, and you can use various AI systems to help generate those figures. You must make sure that the structure, the content is very clear with simple language. Avoid technical jargon. Assume that the peer review people are able to understand the basics and not the advanced stages. So remember that some of the peer reviewers may not be as specialized as you are. And include the statistical tests that you use and justify why that which should be already stated in your methodology. And the inferences must be made clear. But you just report on the findings, both the positive and negative findings. Very important, the negative findings are reported so as to help further researchers. Do not interpret your results in your results section. Save this for the discussion. So what are the tools for writing the results section? The AI tools that we use, as mentioned earlier on, the various tools can be used to help with the structuring the assessment. This can be the use of typeset.io to look at the various other papers that have used the structure, and you can follow that. You can use it for the language because you can copy the various types of language used in the published journals, in the publications of the articles in your area, and put that into ChatGPT and instruct in your prompt to use the same language and style. You can also help with data analysis where you can put in your data and ask for its inference. What do you think this is? How does the analysis? Is there any other alternatives? And it can also help with formatting and citation management can also be done through this, but it is still better to use citation software. You can ask it to revise what you've written in a better flow, in a clarity, in simplicity, and you can do the plagiarism checks with this sort of software. So basically, it is good now for you to take this time to use the various AI softwares to help with your writing of your result. Using previous data, previous publication, typeset AI, IO can help you to summarize their data, the style, the language, and then you can use ChatGPT for the purposes of writing your section. Now, it's very important to make sure you validate the responses that you have got from both all various tools that you have used for your AI results section writing. Make sure that they're accurate, and you can counter check this by doing a check on your various database of literature. Make sure that the content that has been created is relevant and it's coherent and it flows and it has some completeness of assessment. The language and tone again must sync with published articles in your subject area, and make sure the formatting and citations are accurate. The statistical analysis must be validated, and it is this stage, once you have got your draft of your results section, that you need to check every paragraph and to ensure that this makes sense. And here is an example of a prompt that you could write for the creation of section on results. So it is very important to customize this prompt to the data that you have already collected and contextualize it through your research project. And so it's worth the while now to sit down and go through this exercise using the various AI platforms to help